What's going on YouTube? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Trader. Tonight's video, please, if you have a few moments, please listen to this video. This is extremely important for me, extremely personal. If you've followed the channel for a while, you'll know a little bit about this, but there will be, I promise you, there will be a price action analysis by the end of this video. We're going to look at HBAR. We're going to take a look at the price action for HBAR because I think there's a huge move coming very quickly. But before we get into that, if you could please share this video with anybody on Twitter or however you would share videos. But you know, my Twitter here is Mark the DGT. I've always been a person who I've never asked for handouts. I've never wanted to accept help any more than what was absolutely necessary, because I believe in working hard. I believe in doing for yourself. I believe in building yourself, building your foundation, and building for yourself. With that being said, guys, if you again, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that part of the reason, or the primary reason why sometimes it's hard to understand what I'm saying and sometimes I don't enunciate very clearly, is because I had a very substantial degenerative bone disease in my jaw, and it required removing 8 teeth, bone graft, a whole bunch of stuff. And it was unfortunately, because it was a periodontist and dentist specialist, my dental insurance didn't cover it because it was surgical and specialist work. And because it was dental, my health insurance didn't cover it. So I ended up pulling about $20,000 out of my 401k to have these teeth pulled, have the bone grafting done, have cultures done to find out why, you know, what happened, what is going on with, you know, my saliva and stuff, and what kind of bacteria may have been causing the bone degeneration. So after that was like a year of follow-up visits and going back and forth with this, you know, specialist. This was from the end of 2020 to the end of 2021, and right before I finished that up, I blew my knee out and had to have knee surgery in July of 21, which just was a total cluster, Franklin. Like, it was horrible. ACL gone, meniscus gone, multiple tendon tears. The meniscus repair was a root repair. It was torn at the bone. So that repair required 8 weeks of totally no weight bearing whatsoever. So I had a ton of atrophy in my leg, and was out of work for a long time. I was out of work for 6 months. I work in industrial maintenance, so I'm on my feet all day. I'm constantly lifting, bending, pulling, pushing, whatever, you know, working in a factory, maintaining heavy machinery. So if anyone's not aware, after short-term disability is over, 6 months, you go into long-term disability. However, long-term disability does not guarantee you keep your position or you keep your job. You're no longer guaranteed to keep your position or your job after 6 months. So I did not allow myself to go beyond 6 months. I was very persuasive to get the doctor to sign off to let me go back to work. And I went back to work, and a year later I was out for 6 more weeks because I had to go back into physical therapy. My leg wasn't right yet. I would have been limping at work for a year. But after that year was up, my time came back up. My short-term disability was replenished, and I was able to go out for 6 more weeks, finish up physical therapy, get my leg back to where it needed to be, and be better. So back to the dental stuff. It was over 20 grand just to get the teeth pulled and get the bone grafting and stuff done. So after that full year of follow-ups, the bone grafting took, everything looked good. Need implanted post, top and bottom, and some bridges. And for the post, just to have the surgery to put the implanting post in was $26,000. And then I think it was $4,000 a piece for the upper bridge and the lower bridge. So another $8,000, so 26 plus 8, another 34,000 on top of the 20 I already paid. And I don't have it. I don't have it. I've been looking overseas, been looking at vacation dentistry, Costa Rica and stuff like that. So I just got a quote from Costa Rica, and I want to show you guys this quote because even coming from Costa Rica, the procedure I'm looking at without the travel costs is $12,300 for one trip, $13,900 for the next. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this isn't because I'm looking to start a GoFundMe. I'm not looking to start any type of Patreon. I don't want donations. I don't want anything. I'm just asking you guys if you can help spread the word about my channel. I know my quality isn't great. My voice isn't great. Sometimes it's hard to understand what I'm saying. I need better production quality, but I can't spend a whole lot of money on anything other than saving money to try to get this dental work done so that I can sound better, I can produce better quality content, and just do more. I've got the account, I've got the subscriber account, I need the hours, and honestly, a long time of my downtime was just any point of depression from feeling like I'm never going to get this done, like I'm never going to get this finished. But I'm getting married in 1 year, June 8th of next year. I'm getting married, and damn it, I'm not getting married without teeth. I'm not getting married without my teeth. So I will do whatever it takes to get this done, to work however much overtime, to put in videos every night of the week after work if I have to. It's going to get done. And that's my promise to you guys, is that I will make content all day, every day, get videos out to you, share analysis, do whatever it takes. I just ask that you share. Share it with friends, share it with family. Anything you can do will help. With that being said, we're going to hop into the HBAR analysis because alts are starting to get hot again. And I'm going to show you why. That's a hell of a segue. And sorry about the sob story, but we're going to get into this analysis. So HBAR on a weekly chart. This is a macro look. And you can see that we haven't had, a bullish, this whole way down. This last bullish candle here was the bearish order block. This was your last push up before the down pressure just took over. So this is a bearish order block candle here, this area. So all this pressure down, 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 down. There wasn't even a wick that wicked up above the candle prior. Everything was just selling pressure. And you see we have a fair value gap here where there was just no wick. And we have a fair value gap here where this lower wick and this upper wick left this big gap. And then you see where we had the 1 week of buying pressure, little buying doji, and then a massive sell-off off of that. It's a 25% sell-off of that doji. But what came from that is that we made this lower high, because this was our previous high up here. And we didn't have a single candle, a single week from March 22 until August 22. Not a single weekly candle closed higher than the previous weekly candle. That was our first lower high. And then we get our lower low here. Now what do we get when we retest this order block? We get our first higher high. Our first higher high here in March of 23. So almost 1 year later from this drop off, we get our first higher high for 2023. Now we've retested this bullish order block, get back and retest this bearish block. Now typically, the more a block gets tested, the more likely it is to break. So it is more likely now than it was prior to go through this order block and get to this fair value gap, or to this fair value gap. Because ideally, well, not ideally, but typically, price is going to want to get to its previous point of liquidity. There was obviously a lot of liquidity here, because after this buy up, pressure just sold down, 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 down on a weekly basis. So this is where sells have originated, around 23 to 27 cents. This was the origination of the major sell-off pressure. Now we need buying pressure. We need a big move off of this bottom to break, 8.8 cents to a 10-cent range, to then potentially get to a 15-cent range or even a 20-cent range. So what that's going to give us is the potential right now from HBAR's current price. We have a potential for at least a 71% increase, up to potentially a 200% increase, 300% increase. And if it retests this previous higher high, the most previous high, a 428% increase. And I know that's probably going to sound crazy right now because you're talking about an alt doing a 400 and some odd percent increase. Let's look at Bitcoin Cash. 2 weeks, Bitcoin Cash off of its bottom, 188% currently, with a peak of 216%. So these types of moves in crypto off of a bottom, off of a legitimate bottom order block, can easily make that move. And from XRP, from my video last night, go back to the daily chart, and you can see that area we're coming off of that taking sell side liquidity. We wicked below that. We bought back up this wick here, lacked conviction. It was a liquidity grab, and I said we're going to bounce off of that liquidity grab. There's going to be a buying pressure off of that. That was a liquidity grab, a stop loss hunt, whatever you want to call it. Price is moving up, and there we go. So guys, that's the video. Please, again, share this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Whatever you can do, it is all super helpful. I will never ask for a handout. All I ask for is just to watch, to share just a little bit of your time. I appreciate you guys so much. As always, until next time, peace.